Hey everybody, it's Ruben Lawing here in the Northwest Houston office here and I'm gonna do a rehearsal. I'm gonna practice my presentation. All right, here we go. Keep time here. So 7:05. All right, let's do this. All right, this is the legend of Ruben Lawing through the storms. I uh, I joined the Navy 10 days after I graduated high school because I wanted to box. And I got a chance to box quite a bit. I had sparring partners that were famous world champions, and I won Golden Gloves and All Navy twice, and got a chance to meet a lot of very interesting people and stay in shape, and caused me to learn a lot of discipline and like quitting drinking at 19 years old. Um, I, it led me to the SEAL teams, and I got to travel the world. I've been to 33 different countries, you know, and most of them the armpit of the country. Didn't get to see a lot of the cool stuff everybody else did, but I got to see things that nobody else did, like the heart of the jungle and all that kind of stuff. And did that for 10 years. When I got out of necessity, I had to educate myself on finances, mostly debt management, and got a job working as a debt management consultant. And every time I showed somebody how to get out of debt, they started looking at buying a house. So I got my real estate license, and most of the people that I got into a house or got a loan for, I had to clean them up, get their credit scores up, their debt to income ratios down, get their reserves up so they could qualify. But I knew they weren't going to make it to retirement. And then I was at a Kiwanis Club meeting, and I just got my broker's license in California, and the speaker was greeting everybody at the door, and I handed him my card, and he said, "Oh, we do mortgages too." I'm like, "Oh, I don't want to talk to him. He's my competition." Well, he was from this company, a different arm of the company, and in his presentation, he talked about the Rule of 72. It fascinated me. I would like working it every way I could, and at that time, I'd paid off all of my debt except my mortgages. I had 2 houses, and I had $50,000 in the bank, and I was only getting like 4% interest at the bank, and that's all I thought you could get. I didn't, and I'm like, okay, I got to do better than that. So I came up with this scheme of an interactive boxing television show, and I found a producer and a promoter partner, and I did 2 treatments, and $75,000 later, found out the first one ripped me off, and the second one kind of ripped me off. He put the fight in a can. It was one of my old sparring partners defending his North American featherweight or cruiserweight title, and he put it in a can and sold it 3 times in Brazil and 3 times in South Korea, and I didn't get a dime. And I went to take the concept to the Nevada State Athletic Commission, Mark Ratner, and he told me the officials won't let you do it. They don't trust the audience, and I was out of business. I was, everything was up in smoke. And then I came across this business again, and I halfway right after they did the financial foundation, I'm like, I'm in. Signed up that right there on the spot. That night I had like 6 people at the meeting, and I ended up when I got my license, I had to take my test, life and health 3 times, my Series 6 and 63 3 times. I even took the 65 3 times. Got all my licenses November of 2007, and the whole world collapsed. 2008 was sucked. I lost both of my houses. It was terrible. And then but 2009, I started writing some business. Not a lot, but I was, had some good some success stories. Somebody that I helped actually became a millionaire um, in less than 10 years. She had a crystal ball. She couldn't have picked a better time to get in the market when she did. And she couldn't read her statements. Every time I had left the business. We'll get into that. She'd call me up and send me her statements, and I'd have to read her statements and tell her how much. I'm the one that had to tell her that she was a million. All right, and then, well, then end of September of 2010 or 2009, my father died. He had got H1N1, went into a coma, came out of the coma, and they put him in a nursing home with a tracheotomy in, and thinking, yeah, he kicked it. And then 3 days later, found out he got a staph infection, Pseudomonas, and it shut down his liver and his kidneys in 3 days, and he passed. And I went to the funeral and came back, and I wrote up, 40 appointments in 10 days, 4 appointments a day, 10 days in a row, and did 66,000 points. It was 3 families. It was husband, wife, husband, wife, husband, wife. And I'm like, yes, I turned the corner. And then that's when my wife decided to tell me that she wanted a divorce. She was leaving me. And it crushed me. And with that, with the market crashing and my dad dying, like within 2 weeks, yeah, it was more than I could handle. I had an emotional crash. I was basically destitute for about 4.5 years. Did all kinds of stuff. Did anti-piracy security out in the Indian Ocean in 2011, and that led me to the drone business. And then that got shut down by the FAA in 2015. And then I got to the LED lighting business, and that was hard. LEDs were a lot more expensive, and it was really new. We were at the beginning of the transition, and started a rep company, moved down to the Rio Grande Valley, and that was feast or famine. And then I got a call up out of the blue to represent a company that provided services and cleaning products for the produce warehouses down the Rio Grande Valley, and I made just enough to get through the month, but I just really couldn't get ahead. And then my second wife met Bernadette Kim at a Toastmasters meeting, and I had heard about Bernadette in 2007. That she was, in 6 months she replaced her job, her income from 2 jobs as a nurse, and was full time, and she became the CEO, and so I was very excited to know that she was the CEO at the office, and that my second wife left me, and after a year, and it was very uncomfortable going to meetings when she was there, giving me these darts coming out of her eyes. But then she moved to Las Vegas, and I'm like, you can make a lot of money in this business. So I started really getting had a good meeting mentality, right? And Bernadette really worked hard on me, getting me to focus and helped me build my confidence. And then my reasons are, my 2 sons. I wanted to be proud of me, and I want to be a good example to them. And then I wanted to give my third wife, Natalie. She was just a sweetheart, and I wanted to have her have a good life. And then Natalie passed. She got cancer, and we fought it for a year, which was quite a distraction. And she passed November 13th, and I moved to Houston, and I've been plugging here into the Northwest Houston office. It's a great office. I use it as much as I can. It gives me a lot of credibility and confidence, and the people here are very professional. It's an exciting place to be, and I felt compelled to show the new presentation to the bishop for my church, and he, I'm part of this church because they want me to help these veterans and ex-felons in this voc rehab program that they're sponsoring to get it together with their nutrition, their fitness, and their finances like I did for myself. And when I showed him the presentation, he promoted me to the whole church. And on the spot, that day after church, 28 people set appointments with me. I ended up, they believed in me. And I was able to run 40 appointments in 2 weeks. I tripled my income from my previous employment. Qualify me for Young Guns for the third time. And I understand the discipline of Young Guns now, and keeping my focus on the business, making my contacts, making my calls, setting the appointments to come to the office. I don't give anything away. I don't give people a Saving Your Future book. I don't send them a PDF of the Saving Your Future book. I don't send them the link to the workshops until they come and see me at the office. At that initial contact, if there's interest, I get their information in the counter, and I get them to the office and make the presentation. And in the presentation, I know right where to ask them on the 4 boxes, right, and decision-making time, and ask them if they feel like they could make a difference in people's lives with this business. And if it's yes, I ask them if they want ready to get started to become a campaigner, and if it's no, then they would set an appointment with me to do their PFS and see whether I could help them. And what I do different now than I did when I did the appointments before is everybody, if they can't, if they don't have the discretionary, or they don't have the they don't have an emergency fund, I get them started with a term policy, and then that's their ticket to have me as their financial coach to start saving money, making more money, and that connection gets made. So I'm very excited to be part of Young Guns again, and I'm hard charging to make it this promotion. I've got tomorrow I will have a total of 7 campaigners in the last 2 months, and I'm sure I can get 3 before the end of this month, or before July 20th. All right. I hope this inspires people. If it does, go ahead and share. All right. Have a great night.